What's up again, guys? Today I'm talking about this game, Sonic Adventure, released originally on the Sega Dreamcast in 1998. It was then later released on the GameCube as a deluxe port, which is the way that I played it originally. So, when I played it originally on the GameCube, right, I think when we originally got our GameCube, it was a bunch of games together, and I think Sonic Adventure was one of them. And I never played a Sonic game because I only had an N64 before then. But man, when I first played this bad boy for the first time, holy frick, it was like Mario 64 all again, but Sonic Edition. Because this game is the first fully 3D Sonic game that wasn't a complete failure that we don't mention, I can't even remember what the name of... I think it was canceled. I don't even think it ever came out. Not Sonic R, but a different one. But anyway, the fact that the transition to 3D was as good as this game is, like, granted there can be some jank or whatever, but I still think the game is just really solid all around. Most people think that. I mean, especially for Sonic games to have this one be as good as it is, that's certainly impressive. Sonic Team knew what they were doing back then. And ever since a few games after this, they had no idea what they were doing. They haven't had a clear direction since this era, man. This game and the sequel to it are my favorite Sonic games. I think the best Sonic games. Most people probably think the same thing, so for the same reasons, well, I will explain. So the reason why I think this one's the best is not only is it a 3D, not only is the gameplay great, right, but how Sonic in 2D, like I explained in my Superstars video, it just flows really well, and it has usually one or two acts of 2D levels in 2D level design. And essentially, when you play through the levels, you're just kind of gathering rings, get enemies while you go, try to build up speed, and get to the end of the level. So this 3D version is basically that idea, but transitioned to 3D. And it's great. It works so well. Like Sonic, the speed and spin dash jumps you can do are so satisfying. And the movement is another reason why I just love this game. Like, granted, I can die to jank sometimes, but 90% of the time, especially impressive for a 1998 game, holy frick, bro. It just works so well. So these models that you're seeing right here are actually the deluxe version models, which are kind of controversial to people because the original Dreamcast version was not only more polygonal, but for some reason you can see they're more shiny here. I have no idea why, they just kind of are, but if you were to get the PC version of the game, you can actually combine these with the original textures and stuff, which is like people's preferred way of playing. It's like a good mix of both. I kind of like both art styles. They're kind of different, but cool. It's kind of like a half remake, because it's built off the same game, but some of the models and textures are changed. So this version you're seeing right here is the 360 HD port, which is a port of the GameCube version. So this version's only $5, by the way. I gotta say, do yourself a favor and play this game. There is no reason not to spend $5 for this gem. It's a pretty short game, which is probably why it's less, but it doesn't matter, because that short amount of time is some of the most fun you'll have in a freaking 3D platformer game. Seriously, man. This game is absolutely one of the best. I probably like it more than Mario Sunshine and Mario Odyssey and maybe Mario Galaxy. Not Mario 64, but it's definitely close. I'd say it's basically the Mario 64 of the Sonic franchise. That's exactly how it feels. So if you like that game, you'll definitely like this game. The amount of speed, actually I'd argue this game controls better than Mario 64. It's slightly newer, so that might be part of it. But also, I can use a GameCube controller or Xbox controller to play this game, so that might be part of it too. But another thing I wanted to talk about in this game is the story is really good for a Sonic game, because before this they didn't really have much going on. It was just kind of Eggman was there and you beat him and that was the end of it. So the story in this game, right, is Eggman wants the 7 Chaos Emeralds, and the reason for this is because he has this goopy blob called Chaos. So you start the game off as Sonic fighting Chaos, and then it goes away. But then you see Eggman later comes back with some Chaos Emeralds, and then he puts them inside of Chaos, and then he grows bigger. Like, uh-oh, this is bad. So as the game goes on, there's more and more emeralds, and he ends up becoming more powerful. And that's like the main story of the game. And this chaos is a world-ending threat. It is very serious. The game's voice acting is goofy. I love it, but it is actually kind of serious what happens to the city. But I won't spoil anything. But anyway, so how you experience the story is there's multiple different characters. So there's Sonic, there's Tails, there's Amy, there's Mr. Big, there's Knuckles, and E102 Gamma. So each character has like a different gameplay style apart from Sonic and Tails are pretty similar. So Sonic levels, you'll just play through them, just go through as fast as you can and then get to the end of the level. Tails levels are racing Sonic as fast as you can. Knuckles levels are finding the pieces of the Master Emerald, which are really fun. And the Amy's levels, there's only 3. There's this robot chasing you the entire time, like Metroid Dread style. And you have a hammer and need to run away from it in the levels. And her levels are very fun to play as well. And then Mr. Big levels are fishing. I don't know why they thought putting fishing in this game was a good idea, but that's probably the thing I hate the most about this game, is just the fishing. Although I'd say, once you're good at it, like I am now, it's actually not even that bad because it's really short. All you have to do is fish out Froggy, and that's it. You're done. But, yeah, so even though they're bad, at least they're short and get it out of the way nice and easy. But then Gamma's story that you're seeing a cutscene for right now, man, oh my gosh, it's easily my favorite. It's like a third-person shooter in Sonic. Even though it's super easy because of how powerful you are, it's so fun to build up combos, locking onto stuff and whatnot. And you have to fight these other robots because you complete your mission, but then they all get removed for not being able to do it like you can. So yeah, Gamma's character is also really cool, how he helps the other characters in the game, and overall it's just a great. So basically that's my summary of the game. I'm going to show my physical copy that I originally had when I was a kid, talk more about it there. So here's my original copy of the game that I originally played on the GameCube. It's a Player's Choice re-release. And even this cover is just like, the CG, I don't know why in America, I don't know if this was just Sega games, I think it was a lot of things. They just like to usually use the CG models for some reason, instead of like the really cool cover art that Japan got. That's really cool art, but you know, anyway, this is the game. This is the one I had. And I don't remember if I got this with the GameCube, or we actually got it from a place called Play and Trade, which was kind of like GameStop back in the day, but they do not exist anymore. But man, was it such a cool store. I really wish they were still around. But the last final thing I wanted to talk about was the music in this game is so good. I think it probably has the best Sonic soundtrack of any of the games. Sonic Adventure 2 is either tied or a close second, but man, the themes for all the characters, Sonic, Tails, Knuckles, Amy, Gamma, Big, they're all great. The themes of the levels are all amazing. They age so well. I listen to them so often. They're all on Spotify, YouTube Music, very easy to listen to and find. They're all great. I might link stuff in the description just so you can see, because honestly, legitimately some of the best music ever made. I think you say Jun Sonoe? No, Jun Sonoe, I think is his name. This is the lead sound director at Sega still, I'm pretty sure to this day. Does the guitar and the soundtrack, and he's so good. The Crush 40 song, Open Your Heart, still my favorite to this day. And yeah, super duper good. And that's all I had really about to say about this game. Definitely recommend checking it out. It's literally $5 on Xbox and on Steam, so yeah, thanks for watching.